election observer for 5 years, and the passion is we need strengthening of our security down there for the ballot processing and to reduce ballot processing. Way too much duplication. Aline for auditor. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Al French. I'm your current county commissioner representing the 3rd District, and I'm the commissioner that's up for re-election this year. I am going to be drawing an opponent. It's going to be a rematch, evidently, from 4 years ago. When I came to you 4 years ago and I said that I would help lead the effort to revitalize our economy and bring jobs back to Spokane County, and when you look at the rate of growth that we've had, not only in the county, but particularly in the West Plains, where I focus the majority of my interest with regard to aerospace and manufacturing, the rate of growth in the West Plains in the last 3 years has been greater than it has been in the past 3 decades. There are almost 1,000 jobs up there now that weren't there 4 years ago when I ran. And so I want to continue that work. I want to continue to bring new jobs, new growth, protect our liberties, protect our freedoms in this county, and to continue to work for you as your county commissioner. I appreciate your support in this election cycle.
Hi, I'm Vicki Horton. I am your current Spokane County Assessor, running for my 2nd term, so I would appreciate your support. In the last 4 years, we have developed trust, equity, and honesty, and communication in our assessor's office. And that's what I want to continue with for the next 4 years. So please support me, and y'all have a good day today.
Good morning. My name is Diana Wilhite, and I'm running for the 4th Legislative District, Position 1. I've had a lot of people say, Diana, are you running? And yes, I am running. And they're asking me why. And I tell you, the reason I'm doing it is for love for country. I love this country, and I want to help represent you. And I want to remind people about our Constitution and the Bill of Rights. People have been forgetting about that, and we need to bring that into the forefront and remind them of the great responsibilities that we have in this country to keep it safe from foreign and domestic terrorism. And one of the things I want to remind you about is we need to take a page from the book of the Newman Lake Fire District. They wanted to pass the bond issue, and what they did was they showed fiscal responsibility. They showed the community what they needed. And the community said, yes, do I want to spend dollars for this or not? But they realized it was for the common good of everyone in the community, and they stepped up to the plate and said, yes, we will support that. We need to do that at the state legislature. They spend far too much money. We need to prioritize what we do and where we spend the money. And that's going to be tough. Being a state legislator is not going to be easy. There are very hard choices we have to make. But we need to prioritize where we're spending the money. And so that's what I want to do, is I want to help. I am a fiscal conservative. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. I couldn't have survived as a small business owner if I didn't watch my pennies. And so I want to bring that wisdom and knowledge to the state legislature. So I ask for your support. Diana Wilhite for the 4th Legislative District.
And I'm running for Spokane County Treasurer. The role of the Treasurer is to protect your tax dollars, and I have the professional experience to do that. I'm a CPA, I've worked 10 years with the State Auditor's Office, and I'm passionate about bringing trust, a strong work ethic, and experience to the office. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Josh Aratola. I'm running for the state legislature in the 4th Legislative District. First, I'd like to thank all of you for spending your Saturday here to help the Republican Party. I really appreciate it. I'm running for the state legislature because I'm a business owner, a small business owner. And we have 97% of all businesses in our state are small businesses. And we have the nation's 2nd highest failure rate of small businesses. If we want to improve our community, the only way to improve our community is to improve the economy. And a healthy economy comes from one place and one place only. That's healthy businesses. As a state, we really need to focus on creating a more healthy business environment that will drive the economy, give more jobs, and we will be able to create a more healthy community from them. I'm running for office, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Well, good, wonderful Saturday morning to you. My name is Leonard Christian, and I am your current state representative here in the 4th. I was actually appointed unanimously on January 8th of this year to take that seat, position 1. And, of course, we have a lot of opponents for that. But anyway, January 8th we were appointed. Sunday, I was standing on this stage with my pastor, and I got sworn in right here in this spot on Sunday morning, the 11th, and then 12th. And then on that afternoon, I got in my car with my family, and off to Olympia we went, where I started and took my very first vote that Monday. So from Wednesday to Monday, this was my whole life changed. It was really, glamorous. I lived in an RV, walked in the morning down to the shower with my quarter, and in the rain, in a towel. Not sure why, but that's how you managed in the RV. So when you think of legislation, it's really neat, the marble and everything, but then there's the other side. We gotta live. And it's hard to come out in a suit looking good out of an RV. I was able to, in my very first year, able to actually get a bill passed, which I was pretty proud of, 2515, which protects folks' data. So as the cities go out and try to gather census information to annex an additional portion to the city, that information was told that it was protected. Well, it wasn't. People can get that under Freedom of Information request. My bill made that information protected so that people trying to steal ID wouldn't be able to get that data, and then that data has to be destroyed. So my first year in office, in 60 days, I was able to get a bill accomplished. And that's really because I worked hard with all the other parties there. I'm Leonard Christian. I'm running for re-election here. Retain my seat. And I would appreciate your support. My website's leonardchristian.com. Thank you.
Morning, Jeff Foley. I'm your freshman rep for the 6th, and by the grace of God, nobody's filed against me. This allows me a degree of freedom here to stand up here and not talk about myself. I want to talk about Al French. Interesting. Al says it's a rematch from last time. Actually, there's 4 of us in the race last time. Steve Salvatore, myself, Bonnie, and Al. And Al beat us all down. Al did a fine job, campaigned. Absolutely, just a tremendously great leader. I hate to lose. I hated to lose that race. But I'm going to tell you right here, right now, to the benefit of Spokane County, I lost that race. I've seen nobody in the last 20 years provide the business infrastructure and the economic development and everything else provided in one term. We need to bring Al back. There's absolutely no question about this. He's the guy for the job. He's done things that nobody's been able to do since I moved here. I've been here 30 years ago. So I'm happy that you have one choice to vote for me. That's all well and fine. But for Al, please vote for Al.
I love you, Jeff.
My name is Matt Shea. As many of you know, I'm the 4th District State Representative. Been there for 6 years and proudly and honored to serve you. I want to thank you all that have been praying not only for my aide, Jim Robinson, who is now out of the hospital, but also my family over in Ukraine right now, which is getting very tense, so thank you for that. We talk politics today, but I always say this, that our hope is not in man, our hope is in Jesus Christ. Amen? Amen. Right on. So, this year, the Democrat narrative was that the right wing is going to be ineffective and marginalized and they aren't going to get anything done, right? That's what the narrative is. The Freedom Agenda shattered that narrative by being the most successful slate of conservative bills in over 2 decades in Washington State. Out of 65 bills, we had 42 hearings. We might get 1 or 2 usually. 42 hearings, 32 passed out of the House or Senate, and 12 signed into law without veto by the governor, including a ban on Sharia law and specialty courts in Washington State. If we can do that, we can do it. Last but not least, it's thanks to you that this is happening. We have built a network of over 75,000 activists in Washington State, and because we stood on principle, we're winning. Make sure that you go to my website, voteshay.com, make freedom happen, because we are going to bless God by keeping America free. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. I became an activist several years ago, and I got bitten by the bug.
And it's kind of like the guy who became addicted to drinking brake fluid. He thought he could stop whenever he wanted. But 4 years ago, as a write-in, I became the first Spokane County Treasurer. Since 1956, it was a Republican. This year, we did get a property tax bill passed that, for the first time in state history, starting next year, you'll be able to make partial payments if you need to on your property taxes. We also reduced wait time on peak days in the Treasurer's office by 80%. We also, if you want to do it anytime, you can go to Walmart now and make a payment on property taxes using MoneyGram. And we're under budget each year since I've been treasurer by several percent. By finding efficiencies and having employee-led teams, I used up 80,000 Skip Shilberg envelopes when I started. And when I go to Olympia, I stay at a Motel 6 and I donate my meals back to the county. We did receive a customer service survey of taxpayers, title companies, and everyone else who came to our office. 4.7 out of 5. We've got a great crew. Customer service is number one. So we're supposedly, well, I'm sure we're the friendliest office that you'll find at the county. And if anybody had a question, if I didn't have an answer for them, I saw anybody, I'd find someone who could answer their question. I think I've been a good treasurer, so hopefully you'll support me for a second and final term. Thank you.
I'm Ron Chase.
I'm Bob McCaslin. I'm running for the 4th District House of Representatives, Position 1. And I'm honored to be here this morning among so many people who are serving, using their own time to come and make a difference. So thank you very much for that. The reason I'm running is because I want to serve. And I'm honored that I am endorsed by our 2 Valley legislators here. Mike Patton and Matt Shea. Those are the guys I'm going to work with. And so I'm honored that they want me to work with them. And so what I want to do is just continue to represent myself accurately. I want to make sure that we follow the Constitution. The state Constitution is a great document, and it should be followed. And if we remember, the role of government is to protect our rights, our liberties, and our property. That'll keep me in good stead as far as my voting record will be. So I appreciate your support, and my website is votebobmccaslin.com. Thanks for your time this morning.
I'm Ozzie Knesmich, the Sheriff of Spokane County. And I'm in an interesting race because last summer I had a PAC formed against me. The reason that PAC formed against me is because I had the audacity to try to get legislation passed that says law enforcement officers should not commit crimes on duty, nor should they lie. And as a result of that, recently I've been told that my standards are too high. That I'm trying to enforce my Christian beliefs on my deputies. You know, folks, this country was founded on Christian beliefs. And maybe if we got back to them, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in. But because of those high standards, this is what's been the result. Violent crime rate in Spokane County, the unincorporated area, down 56%. Since 2007. In the valley, down 24% since 2007. Property crimes in the unincorporated area, mind you, this is during the worst economic times this country has faced. They call it the Great Recession. Property crimes in unincorporated areas since 2004, down 8%. In the valley, down 4%. Now, that is a lot of hard work by the deputies that served through. We've lost 34 deputy positions since 2008. That work was done minus those 34. It's because of the diligence of the deputies. It's because we have intelligent-led policing platforms that we instituted in 2007. that we are able to protect you better because we are working smarter. Another thing that we resolved out of all that is 18,000 law enforcement professionals from across the world came right here to Spokane Valley to train. That saved you, the taxpayer, $3.5 million in training costs and brought in $4.5 million in economic impact. Because when those people came here, they stayed in our hotels, ate in our restaurants. I challenge anybody to find a sheriff's office this size or any agency this size that is doing that amount of training and bringing that type of quality training into the area. Folks, we have a lot of work to do. And most importantly, I thank you for giving me the opportunity for 2 terms to serve you. I'm looking for my 3rd term. And we can make things better. People talk about repeat offenders. There's a reason we have repeat offenders. The system is not designed to handle, we arrest them and they get out. We arrest them, they get out. We need to fix that, and we need to fix that jail. Thank you for your time. I hope I get your vote.
Hi, my name is Ian Field, and I'm here representing Kathy McMorris Rogers. The Congresswoman wishes she could have been here this morning, but she had to get back on a plane to get to D.C. to represent us there in Congress. But we had a terrific week here in Eastern Washington, kicking off the campaign in Walla Walla, Colville, and on Thursday morning here in Spokane. It was great to see so many of you there. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of the things that Kathy talked about while she was here. Number one thing that we're focusing on in the campaign is to rebuild the American dream so that individuals and families can once again be empowered to achieve those things that they want to achieve, and the federal government is not in their lives messing things up, making that impossible. One of the things that the Congresswoman is really proud of, in the past 2 years, thanks to the House Republican majority, we have reduced overall federal spending for 2 years in a row. And it's the first time that's happened for 50 years. So that's a good accomplishment. We're excited about it. There's more we need to do. One of the things in particular that Kathy talked about while she was here was the need for a balanced budget amendment. I think all of you guys can sense that Americans are waking up to the fact that the policies of the Obama administration are not working. Americans are waking up, and one of the things that we need to do to change the way Washington, D.C. works is pass a balanced budget amendment so we can be on track going forward forever. Now, here in Spokane, we're excited to be getting going with the Victory Center. We're working with the local county party to get that set up, so we're excited to see lots of you there. Be happy to talk to you, any of you here. Thanks so much for all you're doing every day for the Republican Party.
My name is Doug Orr, and I'm running for Sheriff of Spokane County. I noticed that I don't see Larry Haskell. I wanted to make a mention of him. He's running for county prosecutor. You should deserve your vote. Nearly 30 years of law enforcement experience, doctorate in criminal justice, and I'm worried about our country. I love this country, and we've been looking over our shoulder lately for our lives, our property, and our liberty. And those who would seek to take that away from us have on occasion used law enforcement to do that. You need to know here today that I'm an American first and a police officer second. And as an American, I know that we can be taxed, but we shouldn't be overtaxed. And as a police officer, I know that we can be policed, but we shouldn't be over-policed. The law enforcement you deserve is one that secures your rights and doesn't abuse them. That's the kind of sheriff I'm going to be, and that's the kind of sheriff you deserve. God bless you.
Are there any other candidates that would like to speak for 2 minutes? We move on to the convention. Hello? Okay. Would Stephen Bishop and C.A. Bai please go back up before you there and see Tiana? Stephen Bishop and C.A. Bai. I would also ask the people that are delegates sitting in this section here, because we have such a great group, I'm going to ask you to move over here because that's a delegate. To move over to this side, this is going to be for alternates and visitors. So if you please move over there before we get started. And as soon as you do, we will get started. Terrific. Let's call the meeting to order at 9:25. I'd like to introduce the, have the invocation first from Pastor Steve, who's been so gracious to let us use this facility. Pastor Steve.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's great to have this